Welcome back to the Least Professional channel on YouTube. This is the third time that I've started this recording. I just cannot seem to get it right today. What I wanted to talk about was how I think sometimes people perceive art and photography and how they can be perceived differently. I've heard not too many people, but some people that will say that, photography nowadays, especially with digital photography, it's not art. You go out, you take a picture, anybody can snap a picture now. I would argue against that, though. I think that any kind of medium that when you're trying to share something, you're trying to express, whether it's an emotion or a feeling or something that you're trying to show somebody, I think that's art. It's art in a nutshell. It's how art works, and it evokes a feeling. And if you're going to try to evoke a feeling from somebody, you're using it's a form of art. It really is. The medium, I think, is why a lot of people argue that it's not art, because the digital photography, it's as simple as snapping a picture. It used to be for photography, you had to take the pictures and then develop the film, and you had to develop it just right in the darkroom and under certain conditions using special chemicals. There's all these other extra things involved, and now you just snap a picture and hit share and you upload it to Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or wherever. By the way, I do upload to Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, but it's my personal Facebook. So if there's enough interest, maybe I'll create a Facebook page for this whole thing. But I digress. This is why I'm not this is why I'm the least professional channel on YouTube. Anyway, and I wanted to talk a little bit about editing, because editing, I think, is where a lot of times you can get away from the stigma a little bit if you're editing your photos. I know phones. Most phones now come with software, so when you take a picture, you can edit the picture. You've got Instagram will let you make small tweaks. They've got filters and that kind of stuff you can add on. Personally, I prefer Lightroom. I was a little hesitant at first to get Lightroom. I did a trial of it, and I was like, I'll give it a try, because I'm watching all these YouTubers that are taking these pictures and using Lightroom to edit, and I kind of want to learn the skill if it's something that's going to be helpful. For me, it's been extremely helpful. This is not sponsored, by the way. I wish I was sponsored. That would be amazing. But no, it's my personal opinion. I have found going home, getting my pictures off of the SD card, putting them on a computer, and editing them in Lightroom. It allows me to add a flair, and it helps me to kind of find an artistic style. So everybody is looking, every artist, photographer is looking for their style. They're looking for a certain way that they can portray themselves as an artist and share something with the world that nobody else has shared or nobody else has done. And that's kind of where I've gone with my photography in a way. Some of the pictures I've been posting lately, especially on Instagram, Twitter, I'll go in and I'll edit the colors up. Or I'll make it black and white, or I'll tone things down, or I'll add a certain hue to it, because I want to see, I'm going for a certain look. I don't personally have a set style yet. I'm still working at it. The way I look at it is every photograph is an individual piece of art. So if you go out and you take a picture, it doesn't matter where you're taking a picture. That exact picture that you took, most times, is going to be unique to you. Nobody else has been in that exact spot at that exact time with those exact conditions and taking that picture. Going in and editing it in Lightroom, or even on your phone, adds that extra little flair to it. So it's already unique. You make it even more unique, because nobody else is going to be capturing the exact same thing as you. I wanted to turn around a little bit because I got this dramatic lighting in the background. And yes, we are at another cemetery. This cemetery, I'll have to get the name of it off of Google Maps later and add it in the video in the description, because I don't remember the name of the cemetery. We literally just came out here because, yesterday, I decided to try Ancestry.com and go through creating a family tree. And my wife wanted to do the same thing because she knows even less about her family than I know about mine. And so she started digging through her family tree and finding different people. And one of the people that she found, I think it was her great-great-grandmother, her great-great-great-grandmother, one of the three, or one of the two. But anyway, one of the people that she found actually died on the same, not on the day she was born, but on the same date. And she has been, for this entire time that we've been out traveling around, checking out cemeteries, she's, for whatever reason, become infatuated with this idea of finding somebody that died on the same day that she was born. I think part of that's because we found somebody that died on the same day I was born and all the kids, but we haven't found anybody that died on the same day she was born. At least she hadn't. I had accidentally in a prior video. I was actually rewatching some of my videos today, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute too. But let me finish this up real quick. So anyway, this person that she found, she figured out where they were buried, said, hey, let's go check out this cemetery. I want to go see if we can find this, because she wants to get a picture of it. So we came out to the cemetery. Drove out here this evening. It's a beautiful evening. If we're out here long enough, I might try to get a picture of the sunset, depending on where the clouds are at, because as you can see behind me right now, that's pretty decent the way the clouds are looking. And if that sun comes down at just the right angle, it's going to be beautiful. So I might hang out here long enough to see the sunset, or at least wait a little bit. I'm not sure yet. Where was I? I always go way off track with these videos. Oh yes, older videos. So I wanted to address something that hasn't come up yet. So back in 2016 is when I really wanted to try to take YouTube seriously. At first, I uploaded a bunch of videos from cemeteries. My dad and I used to love go ghost hunting, and it was a hobby. It was a passion. It was something we enjoyed doing together. So we'd go out, we'd go to different cemeteries, I'd get video. Rewatching some of that video today, it was cringy to say the least, seeing some of that video. Mostly because it's early stuff on YouTube. Like whenever you're starting out on YouTube, you're gonna have those kind of situations. Probably like this one right here, where the sun's really, really bright on my face now. We'll see how that turns out. Oh, so bright, so bright. But yeah, those videos, I want to leave them up because I think they represent a beginning of my channel. And it gives me a goal to aim for. Ultimately, my goal is to make some of the best content that I can possibly do. Obviously, mostly centered around photography for the time being, but I want to kind of branch off a little bit too. Cemeteries are something I enjoy. I enjoy the history. I enjoy going out and finding things. And probably one of the biggest moments for me, and one of the things that really struck a chord, and that when I rewatched the video today, I was both excited and a little upset. So one of these cemeteries that my dad and I went out to visit, we found this headstone in the cemetery. It was a real tall monolith-like headstone, and the name on it was Sarah Alice Laughlin. And then on the side of the headstone, there was a whole thing written about how she was murdered near Millerstown Reservoir. And that kind of intrigued us, because that was kind of the first time we saw something like that. Well, long story short, once we got home, did a lot of digging, a lot of research, called around a few places to talk to some people that specialize in the history of the area that we were in Bell Fountain, Ohio. And we found out this whole story behind this. What happened to this girl, how she was murdered, what happened to the guy that supposedly murdered her. And I wrote up a little bit of a script. We went out to the site and recorded a bunch of really great stuff, I thought at the time. Looking back on it, it's still good. It's the kind of stuff that I want to do, interspersed with other videos like this. In-depth, documentary style, like mini documentary style videos, to uncover the history, the untold history, because when we looked her up, we didn't find anything really easily known. At the time, there was, and there's still some, but there was a lot of websites that focused on urban legends, ghost stories, that kind of stuff, because Ohio is just full of ghost stories. We've got more crybaby bridges than any place else in the country. I kid you not. But none of those websites had anything about Allie on there. And so we decided we would put something out there. Well, looking back at it today, I couldn't help but notice I didn't like the audio. I didn't like the way the video was shot. I feel like I could have done so much better. And that drives me to be even better with the content that I create now, and to get back into that kind of stuff, because that's where my passion's at. I love that kind of stuff, researching, looking up, discovering the past. I absolutely love all of that stuff, and I want to bring that to this channel. So if you could, let me know. Check out the old videos if you want to. Please don't hold me to that. those videos I'm not proud of. Hit all the thumbs down on those videos just to let me know how bad they are. But on this video, if you could hit the thumbs up button, that would be much appreciated. If you want to see some of the stuff that I was talking about for the future and what I'm planning on doing, hit the subscribe button that way, and hit the bell next to the bell is the most important part, because that's the only way you'll be notified. YouTube has a weird situation where they don't notify you unless you hit that bell. I found that out with some of the channels I'm subscribed to. So if you don't mind, like button, subscribe, the bell, and leave a comment down below. And if you could comment, if you have like a cemetery or something around, a legend of some sort around your house, or something that you have some kind of verification for. I don't mind urban legends. They're fun. And this October, I've got some plans to do some things with some urban legends. Stay tuned. But if you have something that you know of that's a historical thing that happened that that would be a good story that hasn't really been told, comment that down below. Let me know. I would love to get in touch with you and come out and check out the story, write something up, and record something for the channel. The videos I'm talking about right now are probably more between 20 and 30 minutes, depending on the content and what we can get. But yeah, that's what I'm aiming for down the road. Otherwise, I don't think I have anything else. There should be some videos popping up here, and I will also link Finding Allie up here, I think. I think it's that side. It might be this side. So whichever side it is on, I'll make it pop up at the end of my finger. But yeah, like, subscribe, and have a great rest of your day, and I will have more videos coming, so I will see you all later.